la bonjour. Bonjour, madame, bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va aujourd'hui? Je suis bien, je suis bien. Buongiorno. Before I go back to my miserable life of a Milanista, let me do a little bit of banter, because after the match, honestly, I felt it was just so humiliating that I couldn't even make fun of Inter. Think was that bad, and the Inter fans now I think they're hiding somewhere because they're not gonna come out until end of August. I don't know. It was really bad. It was really bad. So usually, as a Milanista, I support Milan. That's it. I cheer when Milan wins, and whatever. For the other teams, I don't care that much. I have been taking so much banter until now in recent years that I've got to give back a little bit. Yeah, you're not gonna get mad. You have to accept this, because losing a match like this. Oh, I applaud the Inter reaching the Champions League. Up to that point, Inter did really well in the Champions League. But if you do that well, and then in the finals, you play a final like this. Look at me. No. Because this should represent Italy. No, because you don't know, but there was a debate in Italy going on, raging on. Oh, you should support Inter because it's Italy versus France. No, it's Inter versus PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, Inter. Okay, that's what it is. I don't understand why we have to nationalize everything. But the debate was raging. A lot of ex-players said, I'm gonna support Inter because this, because that. Kjaer, our ex-captain, said so. And my opinion on this is whatever. I don't care. Do whatever you want, and don't let people tell you what to do, what not to do. And who said the right thing in the end? Del Piero, ex-Juventus, one of the last, memorable men and players in Italian football, like together with Zanetti and Maldini. That kind of people doesn't exist anymore. Now, if Donnarumma gets an offer from Inter, Donnarumma will go to Inter. So Del Piero said that if a Juventino supports Inter in the finals of the Champions League, he is just an hypocrite. And I agree. I know there are people that, genuinely, I can't say the word. They want to support Inter. That's fine. Do whatever you want, but it's time to do a little bit of banter. We have a lot of material for the future years. Yes, I know. AC Milan is 8th. We suck. We're gonna sell Reinders. We're gonna sell everybody. We're never gonna win anything. All of this is true. All of this is true. But thank you, Inter, for making my day a little bit better. Okay, you managed to cheer me up a little bit, and I didn't think it was possible to cheer me up regarding football. This 5-0 record for the final of the Champions League. It's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, and I do feel bad for the people that went and bought the ticket for watching the finals live in Monaco. Like, I'm sure that some people paid a lot of money, they have to make time for it, they have to prepare everything around it. I feel bad for those people, because no supporters deserve what happened yesterday, okay? I have compassion. I have compassion regarding this, because if this were AC Milan, I would be underground. I will be devastated. I will be mocking myself. I will be wanting people to mock me, because it's ridiculous what happened yesterday. Inter didn't play at all, and the whole world saw that. And then Inter representing Italy, and then everybody thinks that Italy sucks. So a lot of mocking happened in the past, because there is this arrogance sometimes with Inter. Also from the coach Inzaghi and the players like Çalhanoğlu proclaiming him by himself, being proclaimed the best playmaker in the world, the best regista. This kind of stuff if you say it by yourself, it doesn't work. It never ends up well. When other people have to say this about you, if you say, I'm the best playmaker in the world, what do you expect supporters to do? And Çalhanoğlu is an ex AC Milan, so there's a whole history of that going on, right? But also like Inzaghi, Barella, so all those players that were supposed to lead Inter because they did play a final of the Champions League recently. So you would expect those people to lead the team, to have experience. Nothing. Mamma mia, nothing. There was never a game, never. And that's it's fun to watch as a Milanista, obviously, but it was incredibly, must be very depressing for an Interista now, because from winning everything, even proclaiming the treble and stuff like that. Because another thing, I'm gonna tell you another thing, okay? When it's always Inter's fault, because Inter gifted us to AC Milan. When we won the Scudetto a few years ago, you have to know that Inter struggled to congratulate the other teams, right? I'm not talking about everybody here. I know that I'm generalizing, but it's for fun. It's for fun. But it's true. So the narrative, also my friends were the same. The narrative with my friends were that, Milan won the Scudetto. We gave it to you. We gave it to you. At Napoli this year. You think you're going to hear that Napoli deserved the Scudetto, or you're going to hear that Inter gifted? Gift. It's a gift from Inter. Obviously, it's a gift. They could have won it. They just didn't want to win it, because why not? Manchester City. It's a gift from Inter, from the heart. PSG. It's a gift, maybe, from Inter. So I will give you a trophy. My trophy for you is the Gentle Heart trophy. I will give you this photo of Emerson, the king, the master, the destroyer of worlds, the king of the man and the woman, the king who was lost and now has been found, the king that we deserved, the king that we didn't need but we didn't know that we needed, and you get the concept. I'll give you this trophy. Thank you for being kind, but mamma mia, the season of Inter. Mamma mia, from winning the treble, also by words of Inzaghi, because you don't have to proclaim this. When a newspaper asks you, is Inter gonna win the treble? Ignore these kind of questions. You have always to ignore, because if you don't, then it comes back to you. So Inzaghi, what do you think about Inzaghi though now? Because Inzaghi, I still think it's a good coach. I think that though he didn't learn how to manage Serie A, because the jokes about Inter throwing away the Serie A and gifting everything. It's partly true, because Inzaghi should have learned from his mistakes, win Serie A first, and then Champions League. If it goes well, it goes well, but keep it. Don't throw away everything else. That's what I would think as a supporter, right? So now there is going to be an Inter revolution. I think, I don't know, maybe a lot of players will be sold, like Di Marco, Çalhanoğlu, all that cycle. I feel like it's over at Inter. I don't know about Inzaghi. There were voices for him to go to Saudi Arabia to coach together with Pioli. But that, I don't know. I don't know what coach Inter could get. Maybe Fabregas. I don't know. But Inter went from, because there is way to lose a final, okay? So if you lose the final and you lose 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, but you fought, you were into the game and your opponent was just better, like what happened with the Manchester City, in the end, you applaud them, and, thank you for the emotions, and it cannot be helped. That's the sentiment, but when you win, but when you lose 5-0, record, and if you're a Milanista and Inter and Interista ever mocks you again, just hug him, hug him out, or give him a high five, or I don't know, tell him if he wants to eat some baguette, tell him bonjour. You know, it's hard to mock Milan. I mean, it's easy to mock Milan. We deserved to be mocked. We deserve all the banter because AC Milan is being so bad. This season was so bad that we deserve it all. But next time that somebody from Inter tried to mock me, we have so much material right now. We have Inter couldn't win against AC Milan. We won a trophy. You know why this Supercoppa is more beautiful than anything? Because we won it against Inter. If we won Coppa Italia against Bologna, it would be beautiful because we did beat Inter in the semifinals. But winning the Super Cup, look at this picture. Look at this picture. Look at that picture. Mamma mia! From tomorrow we go back to being miserable, thinking about our AC Milan. But today, thank you Inter for this present. I needed a little bit of a, to take a break from AC Milan and the losing finals. And you know who's gonna be the most happiest here? Happier. I don't know. The most happy in here are gonna be the Juventini. Mama, you have no idea when Juventus lost those two Champions League. We had songs in Italy. Inter YouTubers were singing songs. They made songs about that. So it's all banter. It's all for fun. But kind of feels like karma hit back hard. Mamma mia. Have a good bonne nuit, monsieur. Que tu passes une bonne journée, le PSG, Inter, FIFA. Forza Milan. Let's hope Vage Milan.